Hi everyone, welcome. This is Emma from Wild Oracle Tarot, and I'm here to teach you guys about the sword suit today. So we're gonna do 1 through 7 of the sword suit. We're gonna start first with the Ace of Swords. I'm sure you guys are used to the fact now that we do 1 through 10 and then the Page, Knight, Queen, and King. We're gonna do 1 through 7 today. So first we have the Ace of Swords, which I know you guys all know. The ace starts the suit. The ace in this suit is all about air, intellect, charging ahead, using the abilities that you have to cut away anything that doesn't serve you, and just moving forward with all this gusto, all of this airy energy. So this is going to be the signs Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius, okay? These are the signs that are associated with the swords. So yeah, with this card we have new beginnings. It's a lot of intellect, a lot of quick thinking, just knowing the answers, all kinds of stuff like that with this one. Hopefully you guys can see it. All right, so in reverse, we want to look out for accidents, missteps, and cut away the BS, okay? We need to use that sword for good things and cut away the things that don't serve us, okay? So we're gonna move on to 2 now, okay? This card is basically somebody sitting and they have 2 swords, and they're actually trying to make a decision is what's going on right here. They're between 2 or more things right now. They've got the sun or the moon in the background, which is illuminating, and then they're on the earth, but there's water behind them. So they're trying to balance between their emotions and thinking, using their head and their heart, you know what I mean, in this situation. But they are also asking for some quiet, some alone time, so that they can get some peace and quiet and make this decision themselves. So it's kind of like shut up so I can hear myself kind of card. So you're figuring it out for yourself in this period of time, trying to make a decision. In reverse, we're having trouble making that decision. We don't know where to go, we don't know what to do, and we need to use our ability and figure out what it is that we want, where we want to go, and what steps we need to take to get there, because no one else can make that decision for you, okay? So next up we have the 3 of Swords. The 3 of Swords is painful, okay? It basically has to do with heartbreak. It feels like being stabbed in the heart 3 times. This could be a breakup. This could be someone passes away. It could be a number of different things in this situation. But when I see this card, I know that the client is experiencing a great deal of pain at the time. So that is exactly what I see when I see this card. In reverse, I'm usually seeing that pain is sliding out of their heart. They're releasing that pain. They're moving forward. They're moving on, okay? So next up, we have the 4 of Swords. The 4 of Swords is all about rest, okay? Taking a moment of just pause, okay? Preparing for something to happen. Yeah, we're just taking a moment of rest. This guy is resting, you know, taking a nap with his 4 swords. And that's exactly what this card is about. But in reverse, the 4 of Swords is basically you are grinding too hard. You are working too hard. You need to take some time and rest now, okay? It's more like an amplified version of Face Up, okay? So then we've got the 5 of Swords. The 5 of Swords is basically about a conflict that happened, and looking back at that conflict, looking at the people walking away from the situation and feeling remorse and guilt. Like, I got the better end of things, but other people didn't, and I kind of feel bad about that. And that's exactly what I see when I see this card. Yeah, just all that remorse, that regret. This could be like you had a breakup or a divorce or something, and the other person didn't get the better end of things, you know, and it doesn't feel good. It doesn't feel right. And that's exactly what I see here. In reverse, okay, I think almost releasing that regret, realizing that these people, you know, didn't get the best of the situation, but I did, and I need to move forward. But it could also mean that we're sulking in that, you know, like, oh, I wish I could have said this, I wish I could have done this, I wish I would have done things differently, maybe the outcome would have been different, and that's just not true, and we can't live in the past or the future, we have to live in the present, okay? So that's what I see with this card in reverse. So next up, we have the Six of Swords, okay? So the Six of Swords is about moving out of troubled water. As you can see, there are some swords there. They're literally moving out of the water, okay? They're sailing away on a boat, okay? And we're moving out of troubled waters, moving out of a difficult situation, okay? And we're moving to smoother waters. In reverse, we're having trouble moving out of those troubled waters. And it's just difficult for us. It's hard to move forward. And actually, do I only have so this is 7, okay. That must be 8. Okay, gotcha. Sorry, I was just in my train of thought. So yeah, this one is in reverse, like having trouble moving out of the troubled waters, difficulty moving forward, just all of those things, okay? That's what I see there. I'm actually gonna do 1 or 2 more cards here because we're good on time. All right, so next up we have the Eight of Swords. The Eight of Swords is all about, look at this person. They're bound up, they're tied up. They feel like they're stuck, okay? They feel like they're stuck in their situation, but the truth is the ropes are not tight. The blindfold, we could take it off easily, and we could move out of those swords without hurting ourselves or hurting anyone else, okay? This is actually a card where I see a lot of people are concerned with what other people will think of them or hurting other people, but you need to live in your truth and live in that way and understand that you can break out of this. And when you see this card face up, it's like they don't realize that, you know what I mean? They just don't realize that they can live in their own truth and live their own life and make things happen for themselves any way that they please. In reverse, we're realizing we're not trapped anymore. Maybe in a romantic partnership, maybe in a work situation, okay? We're realizing we're not stuck and we can move forward and do what we want to do and live in our truth, okay? That's what I see when I see this card. All right, guys, might as well do 9 too. All right, so now we have the Nine of Swords. The Nine of Swords is remorse. Not remorse. The Nine of Swords is everything that keeps you up at night. All the fears, all the worries, all the anxieties, all of those things. I feel like, oh, I skipped a card. That's what happened. Oh, okay, we're gonna go back to this was 6, this is 7, and I didn't do 7, so we're gonna do 7 in a moment. So let's talk about 9. So 9 is all about all of this deep just anxiety and worry and fear about the future and worry that things are not gonna be the way that they should be. You know, and that we won't find a better situation for ourselves, and that's just not true. Okay, you're living in a false, a false existence that is just not real and not true and not right, and you need to break out of that. Okay, when this is face down, I'm seeing depression, I'm seeing pain, I'm seeing hopelessness. We might need to seek a counselor at this point because we're letting that fear and the anxiety to control us. Okay, that's an issue. Let's go to the 7. I'm so sorry, I totally skipped it. Hopefully you guys have room in your notes. The 7. The 7 is about trickery. This person is stealing swords. I know that you see that. They're trying to get away with something. This could be people manipulating you. This could be people using you. This could be people tricking you, lying to you. When it's in reverse, however, you're lying to yourself. You're tricking yourself. You're manipulating yourself, okay? That's exactly what this card means. All right, let's do the 10 and just wrap this out. I might just do all the cards in this video because we're only at 9 minutes. 10 of Swords is about ultimate heartbreak, ultimate pain that is just terrible, okay? It's just terrible pain. It's like being stabbed 10 times, okay? It's worse than the 3 of Swords. It is much worse than this, but sometimes these are paired. This is a smaller heartbreak situation. This one is like agony. it hurts so badly, you know. It really means that we might be in a situation, or a situation is coming that is just complete anguish for us, you know. For me, this card came out a lot in my last not my last breakup, but a very serious breakup I had before then. The relationship lasted around 2 years, and we had lived together, and afterwards this card kept coming up for me. I was just in this anguish, this fear, this pain, just, and all of it was just sitting in there, and it didn't feel good. So in reverse, it doesn't change the meaning very much. We're still in that anguish and in that pain, but we kind of were prepared a little bit before it happened. Maybe had a nap before, you know, but it's still the same pain, anguish, hurt, okay? All right, let's go ahead and do the court cards too. All right, so with the swords, now I've said this about the page. The page is basically the ace plus the fool card together. So everything that you've learned about this, the swords are all about intellect, okay? They're about having initiative. And since we know that this represents like Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius as well, chatty, curious, okay? Exciting people. Lots of initiative to move forward, okay? In reverse, actually didn't write down anything in reverse on my notes. We might drop our sword. We're a little bit hesitant to move forward. We're comfortable with being the person that doesn't know much, and we're afraid to like move forward and make decisions, I think. Yeah, that's exactly what I'm seeing. Okay, so next we have the Knight of Swords. So with the Knight of Swords, flip my page. So we've got a sword in hand. We're moving forward at a speedy pace, okay? We are in our head. We have an angsty on the go kind of vibe. Like we're forging forward. We're kind, we're compassionate, we're sympathetic, but we use our head more than our heart, okay? And we love ourselves as a person too. This is all about growth, about moving forward and just charging forward. This card is very passionate and unpredictable. So in reverse, we might be impatient, we might be rash, we might be absent-minded and kind of reckless moving forward too quickly, okay? So that's what I see there. And then now, the Queen of Swords. I love the Queen of Swords. So the Queen of Swords uses her head and her heart in balance mainly, but she blocks out emotion in her decision making, okay? So that's very important to know. She's smart, she's stern, she's fair, she's honest, okay? But she also has a sharp tongue, okay? She's gonna say it like it is, all right? With no, like, you know, she's not gonna hold back. She's gonna say it like it is. She's strong, she's independent. In reverse, the only thing I really do see here is be careful with your words. That sharp tongue, okay? Be careful with it. Is it true? Is it kind? Is it honest? Is it necessary? Okay, we need to think about those things before we say what we're gonna say. And that's exactly what I see with the Queen. All right, the King. The King is all about balance, justice, being fair, using logic. So this is a lot like the Justice card too, paired with the suit of swords. He uses a lot of his head again, but his head and his heart are in balance, but he just realizes that using his head logically is just the way to go, okay, to make his decisions. He's very intelligent, very kind, but again, sharp tongue, okay? In reverse, unfair, unjust, too much head, no heart, okay? And possibly being very manipulative, okay? All right, guys, so that was those cards. I hope that all of that was very helpful, and I will see you guys in the next video where we talk about Pentacles. Have a beautiful and blessed day, guys. This is Emma from Wild Oracle Tarot, and I'll see you in the next video.